Hello and welcome. My name is Amulya and you are watching TechTube. In this video, I'm going to show you how to download and install Python 3.9 on Windows 8, 8.1 and 10. Python 3.9 is not for Windows 7. It cannot be used on Windows 7. This is what it says, okay? So anything Windows 7 and below, you shouldn't try installing Python 3.9. You should go with Python 3.8 or 7. I have videos on my channel, so you can go ahead and watch, or probably I will leave download links below in the description. Alrighty, so let's get started. As you can see, this is Microsoft Windows 10. You can check your operating system type by pressing Windows key on pause break on the right top together. So Windows and break button on the right top, or pause break button, and you can see this is Windows 10. One more thing that you want to make sure you know is system type. So mine is 64-bit. You can check yours. I can go ahead and close it. So go ahead and launch your preferred browser and go to python.org. Put your cursor on the downloads button and then go to Windows. Click on it. Before I get started, please subscribe to my channel, and you can also press the bell icon so that you can get notification whenever I upload any video on my channel. Alrighty, so I assume that you already have your browser up and you are on this downloads page. So go to downloads, just put your cursor on it, do not click it, and then click the Windows button here. Now here you will see two releases. So if you are XP, Vista or Windows 7 user, you cannot install Python 3.9. What you can do, you can go to pre-releases section here and download 3.5. And that is going to work on Windows 7 and above. For XP, Vista, you should try this Python 2, which you can get from here. So let's go ahead and download Python 3.9 on Windows 10, 8, 8.1. So click on this latest Python 3 release, which will take you to the Python 3.9 download page. Okay, you can read more about the latest changes in Python 3 compared to 3.8. These are a few changes. Unique operator in dictionary, that's something new. So these are a few changes, new features of Python 3.9. You can go ahead and have a look at the documentation of Python 3.9. Okay, 3.9 documentation. What's new in 3.9 in details? Okay, 3.10 is in development. This is going to be stable. This is stable release. 3.9 is a stable release. Okay, so you can have a look at this page here with examples. Okay, so that's really good. Now to download Python 3.9, you simply scroll down to this section which says files, and you'll see it has 6 downloads links for Microsoft Windows. So bottom you'll see 32-bit downloads, and then here 64-bit. Remember, these downloads are compatible with Intel, AMD and whatever processor you have, irrespective of processor brand. It's going to work on everywhere. You can see in under description it says AMD, and this is for Intel. Before it used to be EM64T, so it's going to work for any processor. Alright, so there are two types of downloads. The one here at the very bottom, for each 32-bit and 64-bit, you will get web-based installer. So what is web-based installer? It's very simple. You download a very small package that connects to the nearest download server, and it downloads all the package components from the server directly. But when you download executable installer, it downloads everything right away, and when you install it, it installs everything from a local machine which got downloaded from this link. The third section you have is a zip format, which is compressed version of this executable installer. So we will go ahead and try this one. You can see this got just downloaded very quickly. Since my system is 64-bit, I'm trying this one. If your system is 32-bit, go with these 3 downloads. I would suggest go with this web-based installer if you have internet connection and you do not have to port it to a different system that doesn't have internet connection. If your system doesn't have internet connection and you have to port it to a different system, in that case you should go with this one, executable installer, this one or this one, depending on your system type, 32-bit and 64-bit. If I download 64-bit this one, executable installer, you can see it's going to take some time. So it's downloading all the components required for Python 3.9 in one go. However, this is web-based installer, so I can simply click on it to initiate the installation. Now this wizard is going to be same for both, either it's web-based or executable one. The thing that you want to make sure you do on this wizard installation setup window, you must check this add Python 3.9 to path. Okay, if you don't do this, it's not going to be added to the system's path. Okay, now you can go ahead and click on install now. You can see what it's going to do here. It's going to put your installation in your user's profile under this section. It's also going to include, that means install idle, documentation, create shortcut, and add the file associations as well. If you want to customize it, you simply click on customize installation, and you can uncheck documentation if you do not need, and you can see it's going to install pip, which is Python package manager. You definitely want to keep it checked. It's also going to install idle, which is Python shell, TCL and TK, which is TK Inter GUI development package for Python, Python test suite, PyLauncher. Now if you're happy with these, I'll just uncheck this documentation. I do not want it to be downloaded and installed on my system. That is going to take a lot of space. Now I can go ahead and simply say next. This is advanced option. You can customize few things here. I'm not going to touch anything, but if your system is kind of a brand new installation, or you don't have anything installed, you're just trying to install Python, you definitely want to make sure that you get this VS 2017 or later. So go ahead and check this box. You can customize the installation folder. This is going to be under user's profile. If you do not want to keep this in user profile, you can browse to this PC, select your preferred location wherever you want to download it, install it. All right, but I'm going to keep it as it is and then hit install. Remember, you can go back and check things, but I'm going to say install. Now you'll say user account control, say yes. Alrighty, so you can see it's going to install everything quickly, and then we will go ahead and check the Python version installed with command prompt. We will write hello world application with idle and on the desktop as a Python script as well, and we will try to execute it with the command prompt. So that's almost done. It's very quick, faster than the earlier releases of Python. but certainly it has more features and packages. So it's going to be installed very quickly. If you're waiting for this download, certainly it took a bit longer. Now you can see setup was successful. I can go ahead and click close. So 64-bit Python 3.9 has been installed on my Microsoft Windows 10. I can go ahead and say close. And if you click on this menu button, you'll see you got Python 3.9 module documentation. That's something new in this Python 3.9. You got idle, you got this few things that wasn't before. So if you go to go ahead and launch it, it will be direct into CMD with Python shell. Okay, so let's have a look at this module doc. It's kind of server. It's going to launch a server. It's kind of the documentation for modules that you have installed on this or other available modules in here. So you can go ahead and read about those. And the favorite part of for a lot of people, the idle. You can go ahead and launch idle. If you don't see that, you simply go ahead and click here and type idle. It will appear here. Then you can pin it to the start or taskbar like this, and this will be available here. Now you can go ahead and try this idle. To execute it, you simply press Control and Enter on Microsoft Windows, and this will execute. Remember, you can save this file, but you cannot execute it with the command prompt or any other software. You will have to open it with this Python idle, Python shell, and you can execute it from here. What it does when you save it, it saves all the metadata with the file. So that's why it doesn't let you execute it with CMD or terminal. All right, so that's how you can use Python idle. Now let me quickly go ahead and launch the CMD, and I'm going to check the Python version. So I can simply say py hyphen uppercase V is going to say Python 3.9. You can also say Python, but on Windows you can say Py or Python. It's awesome. Similarly, I can say Python py space hyphen version, same thing. Python version is going to check everything. If you just say py, you will be in the Python shell. To exit, you simply say exit. You write this exit method to exit out of this shell. If you don't say, you can run any command, like you can write Python scripts here and execute it by just pressing the enter button here. I'm going to get out of this now. Oops. I can go ahead and write some code here and save it on my desktop and execute it from this command prompt. You can use any text editor. I'm going to use this bash inbuilt thing here on my computer. Bash is basically this subsystem. So what it has, okay, it's a bit confusing. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to relaunch this command prompt, which is my user's profile. Then I'm going to get into this desktop, and here I can type notepad. I've got this notepad here, and I can write my program here. So I can simply say print, So you can write your Python code wherever you wish, but you have to save it with Python extension. So save as, remember, then you say hello.py, make sure you change it to all files. Now this is going to be saved on my desktop. I can go ahead and close it, but to execute it you simply say py hello.py, and this is going to work. So it's very simple. This is how you execute Python files. So you can use any text editor. Write your Python app code in the text editor, save it with the extension py, navigate to that particular folder, and then type py or Python and then the file name with extension. Alright, so that's it for this video. If you have any questions, suggestions, leave in the comment below. I will try to answer it ASAP. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Bye for now. Take care.